And what we're focused on and interested in is how we augment their capability with what artificial intelligence can bring. We work on problems that come from mission critical, asset intensive, and often physically process driven contexts. And Rolls-Royce has more than 30 years experience in developing and applying data analytics and AI into areas such as engine health monitoring and predictive maintenance, which is a fact that many people don't necessarily know. When we first started talking about our role in the AI space, many people were like, Rolls-Royce, what on earth do you do? So we've tried quite hard over the last 3 or 4 years to set some of that record a bit straighter. Essentially, I'd like to talk about the fact that I can see 3 critical areas in the effective application of AI to industrial contexts. And those, that when I talk about industrial context, I'm talking about the places where the models that you're developing and the insights that those models provide are being deployed into contexts that have a real physical manifestation in the world. So they are showing up in physical processes and physical products that ultimately could result in catastrophic outcomes, loss of life, potentially, if we get it wrong. So firstly, the first area for focus is how well engineered is your training data? Is it accessible? Is it trapped in mainframes or even in paper, which is true across a lot of the industrial sector? Is it machine readable? Is it of the right quality? Does it suffer from bias? Is it sparse or poorly labeled? Does it include sensitive, classified or highly regulated data? How well designed and parsed and processed is it for the purposes of model training? The second question is how ready is your organization to deploy artificial intelligence as an augmentation? Have you understood the social skills and employment implications of what you're intending to do? Does your business, from the CEO all the way down to the shop floor and up again, have the right mindset and digital culture and capability to embed AI into the organization? And what impact will that deployment have on your employees and on your supply chains and on your customers? And then thirdly, the last point is how trustworthy and safe and ethically appropriate are the applications that you build and the end to which you use them? Can you validate that your data is free from bias? Can you assure yourself and your users that your models don't suffer from algorithmic drift? Does your AI behave in the way you expected it to when you built it? Do you have clear, transparent, auditable safety controls, governance, and processes for validating your cycles? And can you show that the ethical ramifications of what you're building have been considered both at the start of the process, but also continuously through your development cycles? And those questions really are why Rolls-Royce released the Alethea framework at the end of 2020 under Creative Commons license. And that is our contribution to the debate and our participation in the conversation. It's our framework for developing trustworthy and ethical AIs in that industrial context.